Tony Rock calls out Chris Rock. When I tell you, I promise I did not see this coming. So his brother, Tony Rock, says Chris Rock did him wrong. Let's put up the picture full mass here. And this comes as a surprise to many because based on at least recent history, comedian Tony Rock was hardcore in support of his brother, Chris Rock, especially after Will Smith did a Hollywood slap, attempting to prove that he's something. I don't know. It was disgusting what Will Smith did. Comedian Tony Rock made a startling admission, however, during a recent interview about his own brother, Chris, offering him a role in one of his movies and then ghosting him in the public eye. The bond between the brothers seemed tight. Tony even stood by his brother in the aftermath of the infamous slap when Will Smith decided to hit Chris Rock on the stage of the 2022 Oscars after making a joke about his wife. That really wasn't his wife, it was his wife in Play, Jada Pinkett Smith. Tony initially called the incident foul and slammed reports that Smith had contacted Rock to make amends, but he claimed Will and Chris once had a genuine friendship. Best known for his role as Dirk Black on the ironically Will Smith created show, All of Us, and later as Uncle Ryan on his brother's show, Everybody Hates Chris, the 50-year-old entertainer has had a long and successful stand-up comedy history, which makes it even more perplexing why he's never appeared in any of Chris's blockbuster movies. All right. Quote, how is it that Chris Rock is your brother and I don't see you in no Chris Rock-ish? Fellow comic Aries Spears. Man, Spears does this all the time, by the way. This is his comedy right here. So he posed a question during the October 25th episode of Tony's live from the Green Room podcast. So Tony explained that his brother is a, quote, businessman when it comes to his movies and TV stuff. Therefore, Chris chose Martin Lawrence to play his brother in 2010's Death at a Funeral, comedy on life support, because he was bigger than Tony. But him and Martin pushed the needle more, Tony explained, noting that he understood the optics at the time. But the one movie snub that was most devastating was 2014's Top 5. That one effed me up, he revealed when posed the question if he was angry about it. Quote, and I never told anybody this. All right, so let's stop right here. Okay. Being on that program with Mr. Spears is probably not the therapy couch. All right. I understand you haven't gotten it out before, but that may not be the avenue because he's not that guy. But obviously today he was. So Chris wrote, directed, and starred in the 2014 rom-com comedy Top 5, which grossed $25 million worldwide. His younger sibling, Tony, was supposed to be in the film. After offering him the role, Tony claims he never asked for it. Quote, people never know how close you really are, he said, noting he had only asked his brother for 5 favors in his life and got told no each time. So the plot thickens. At the time of the Top 5 snafu, Tony was on tour performing at the Comedy Cellar in New York City, and his brother was in the audience. Quote, he's at the table with Colin Quinn and all of the guys, and he goes, hey, I got a movie. I'll put you in it, recalled Tony, saying he was fully prepared to audition for a part. Chris reassured him, saying, no, you good, end quote. Tony says, I was shooting in New York too, and I'm like, bet, summertime in New York. I'm going to be home shooting a movie with my brother for the summer. I'm beyond excited. I don't get better. It don't get better than this, he reminisced, adding that he planned to pause his comedy tour to shoot the movie. Unfortunately, no one thought to fill him in on the details until it was too late. Quote, I started getting phone calls like, hey, I'm on the set. Where you at? We started shooting today. The living biblically actor said adding that he was next contacted more than 1 month into production. Quote, I get a effing phone call. Yo, you at the rap party? We're here. Yo, bro, that is Crush Me. Tony Chair. Look, I've never seen the movie Top 5. I shouldn't have to call. You said to your brother, I'm going to put you in a movie. I should just get a phone call. So many fans are siding with Tony's younger brother on this one. Once a clip from the April 2024 interview was shared on Instagram, one user wrote, honestly, if your brother is an icon and y'all are in the same industry, put him on. Not cool, Chris. Not cool at all. Wrote another ex user. Another said, quote, what's funny is Will Smith casted Tony Rock on his TV show, his most notable role. Meanwhile, Chris Rock ain't put his brother in nothing. What a slap in the face. The irony of it. I definitely can understand some of the back and forth, but man, the irony of Chris Rock not putting on his brother, according to his brother at a particular time, but Will Smith putting him onto the most famous role he probably had in that era in particular is definitely ironic. And he may have dried up an avenue for future business because of how much he went in to protect his brother after the insane thing that happened.